Hola, good afternoon. My name is Fernando Gonzalez, and I will be talking about the chapter 17, the French Gothic. And I chose to do the Notre Dame de Paris. For my presentation, I'm doing it because I feel like it has a lot of meaning to the world, to the Gothic art, and all around the world. I think has a lot of meaningful things. So that's why I chose to do it, and I think and believe it's one of the best buildings that I've seen through pictures. So here's gonna be a little bit. I'm gonna talk about it, different things. So this you can see this is the picture from the front of the building. There's two big towers, and I will talk about the towers later on and the columns and stuff. But the cathedral was built from 1160 to 1345. It was said to be like the foundation stones by the Pope Alexander III. The medieval Catholic cathedral took more than 100 years to be built, and that's something that obviously a big building like that's not going to be built from one day to another. You can see the different shapes it has in the front. And it's also said that Maurice de Sully was the one who initiated the Notre Dame de Paris. He was the one that started the building. But I did read over that I like different people had things into the building as well. But yeah, from the front pictures, you can see how big it is. Like you can just see it's humongous. Just like the two big towers. You see the little people; they look so little compared to like even the doors. Even the doors is unbelievable. And I know around here, you can see like it has different shapes. And I didn't get like closer picture to it, but you can see that like different shapes, different um, stories telling it in that. The My second slide is why is the cathedral significant? Well, I think it has a symbol for Paris, and not only for Paris but for the French. It was built in the 12th century, and it has like work of art inside of it. So I think that's why it's something significant that good things are kept in there. I also believe that the cathedral has a meaningful message towards the religion, especially towards the Catholic. I mean, obviously, if Pope Alexander had something to do and was the one that laid like the foundation of the church of the cathedral, I believe that he has it has a meaningful things towards the Catholics. And this is a side picture. You can see like the towers to your left over here, but you can see like that's just amazing. The way that it looks is just incredible. You see that big tower right here, the big tower. That's something as well. You see there's a lot of windows. There's a lot of small windows, a lot of small little buildings as well. And I just think that's incredible. Like the different angles or all the angles that you look into the cathedral is you just say wow, it's just amazing. I wish I could see something like that in person. It will be unbelievable. I'm not a big art person, but looking into this you're like wow. And I think like the Gothic, I even said it on my post, the Gothic art really interested me, so I enjoy doing this. My fourth slide, does the artwork have a specific purpose? um, well, from what I read, the purpose of it has like a holy crown. They said from the outside, like I was saying, it looks incredible with the different shapes and small different buildings. Also, you can see like the top and the cone over here. Like that just gives it like the top shape of of the building. But does like back to the question, does the word has a specific purpose? Like I said before, it does house a lot of different art from what I read. I'm not really sure specific what art it is because I didn't really look into that. I was more interested in talking about or finding the shape or the things towards the cathedral. Like that's my main focus was at. was looking into things like that. But obviously, like that's very important that it holds art, specific, very, I guess I'm sure it's expensive art and luxury art that is inside there. Um, I will talk about later on the different art that the cathedral itself has, and the windows. Talk about the bells and the different towers and stuff. Now, the fifth slide, cool facts about it. Maybe I should have put this a little later, but I just wanted to do it now. The cathedral, sorry, was painted by Henry Matisse. He was the one that painted the cathedral, from what I read. Henry the Fourth of England was crowned inside of the cathedral in 1431, and also was Napoleon Bonaparte. He was Emperor of France, and um, he was coordinated, and I'll talk about it later on. And inside, um, the something cool that I didn't know. I mean, I don't guess it's because I don't know translate exactly to French, but the cathedral's name in like it means the north name means Our Lady in French. And another cool fact, I guess, is like the two big buildings, the two big towers, and they are not twins. And I guess like I will talk later on about their difference, but they're not twins. So um, that's something cool, I thought. Also, this is a picture that you see from far away, and like you can see, like these buildings are very high up. They're very big buildings, but this just stands out. Like you can see, it's a massive cathedral. It's so big, and you can see it from far away, and you can see how big it is. Imagine if you're close, how I'm sure it's like unbelievable how big the church is, or the cathedral. Sorry. Inside the cathedral, you can see the ceilings are like very high up. Obviously, if it's a big building, you can see it. Also, you can see the different arcs. The arcs you see like from the Greek time, the Roman. You can see that that's put into this. You also see the big what's it called? The columns. You can see that, and you see a cross. So I mean, obviously, that's why it has to do with Catholic people are also about cross, about God, about um, our images. So I think this is pretty cool. Um, yeah, another thing that you can see, and I'm talking about it here, is that you can see the image. Sorry, the sunlight coming into the cathedral through the windows. Obviously, it has a lot of windows, so you can there's a lot plenty of sunlight coming in. Also, you don't see big light stuff because I guess the light comes with the sunlight itself. So I think that's pretty cool. Another thing, the windows. Oh, sorry. So the windows, they're all around the cathedral, and they have different stories that they're telling, and it all has to do with religion story. Something cool that I talked about, and I'm repeating here. It said that the south rose window represents the four great prophets that are Isaiah, Jeremiah, Daniel, and Ezekiel, carried by the four evangelists. I don't know, sorry, yeah. By is which are Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and also the south rose window symbolize Christ's triumphance, reigning over the heavens, surrounded by all of the witnesses and whatnot. Like that's just the meaningful thing on the window itself. That's what I was saying before. I wasn't looking into what exactly was inside or what kind of art it hold, but I just think like that's incredible. Like it holds that art. So it all kind of goes in together. How the windows, the big building is just unbelievable. How much meaningful things this cathedral has, and that's why it's been around for a long time. And something unlucky happened not too long ago, which is very devastating. But just the different things that it represents, it's that's what's amazing about it. Something cool that I found was the bells in the cathedral. So they're supposed to there should be like nine bells, and each bell has its own name, which is Marie, Emmanuel, Gabriel, Anna, Genevieve, Dennis, Marcel, Edenia, Benot, Joseph, Maurice, and Jean Marie. and Joseph Marie and Jean Marie are the main ones. Supposedly, from what I read, those are the two that are the main ones. Sorry, the three which are the main ones. And I think from what I read, and I wasn't exactly sure if it was true from where I got it, was that they have like their bronze, silver, and gold, like, which is also incredible. And that's another thing, like the window the that the building has, like it has bells which have their own stories inside of it, their own names, and I feel like that was very cool. So that's why I decided to talk about it as well. Another thing, number my ninth slide is the curiosity about the building. So supposedly from what I read, there's a pagan city that stands below the cathedral. So which is that's pretty cool. I didn't. I was looking into it, and supposedly that's what it says, that it has like a holy crown. That is because it was built from a holy like something was there before. I can't exactly know what it was, but suppose that's why it has a lot of meaningful, and it's standing under the ground. Another thing, they have like timbers on top of the building, which they call it, like the nickname, the forest, which is cool. So I think that's another curiosity. Supposedly it's because it's made of different timbers. That's why they did that. They put that nickname. So what I've read is that 28 kings were beheaded during the French Revolution inside the cathedral, and I believe King Louis the 16th, I believe that's who it was. I don't. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but he was one of them that got beheaded there. So that's something that I read, and like I said before, the towers aren't twins. They aren't exactly alike. From what I saw, the north tower is a little bit bigger, so obviously you can see it through a picture. But this is the north tower. It's a bit bigger than the other one. But this is like a more of a front picture where you can stand there and admire the different texture it has, the different art that it has. So you can see the windows here. Has a circular window, has regular, the big doors, what I talked about earlier, that has different art inside of it. The two towers, just the columns. You see, there's these big columns, and then there's the small ones here. So I think like it has a lot of different art, like Greek art, Roman art, the Romansky. Sorry if I don't know how to say it, but the different art that it has is unbelievable. So another one that I'll talk about, like I said, something devastating happened not too long ago, which was the fire. I think that's something that I'm glad it didn't destroy the cathedral, but it's just something that it was unfortunately to happen. From what I did read, a lot of people around the world, because obviously it's something that has been around for a long time, for a very long time. You're talking about maybe like 900 years, and people donated money for it to be rebuilt, which is very cool. I think that um, not only to me that, but to people that actually enjoy art, know what art is all about. I know it hurt a lot of them. You can see it from the outside. Like I said, I'm not very big in art because I don't really know. But looking into what happened, I think if I wasn't a broke college guy, I probably would decide to send money. But obviously, my circumstances aren't that way. But that's off topic. But I just think that the it's very meaningful because not only to the French people, but all around the world when they were doing or giving donated money for it to be rebuilt again. I think that's pretty cool, and that's obviously it has a meaningful thing if that's going on. And the last one, but not least, is just my thought. I know this is not a very good picture, and I'm just very mad about it. It's not good quality. I don't know if I messed it up or what it was, but I've never visited the Notre Dame de Paris or something like that, but just looking through images and reading about it, I feel like this is an incredible piece of art. It has a lot of old art mixed into it. Like I said before, I can see the Greek art, Roman art that gives the incredible view, not only from the inside but from the outside as well. And like I said, you can see it from far away, which is a huge building, bigger than anything around. I think that's just like the Gothic art is meant to be that way. It's meant to be have huge, dark buildings. And that gives it, I guess, a beautiful view. Like if, through pictures in person, I think that's probably one of the only places that I'll probably want to visit if I ever get the chance would be going there just to see how like different how great it looks in person. But I'm just gonna check um, at the time, see if I am in 10 minutes for my presentation, and that's it. Thank you, and for your time. Hopefully, is what you were asking for, and have a happy Thanksgiving.